Hello, let's review the answers to our food unit day 5. This week we're learning about count and non-count nouns and about food and shopping. Let's practice. Choose the best answer. Let's listen to music. Music is non-count. I cannot use a, I'll use some. Let's listen to some music. Do you want an for a snack? An means one. Apple or apples? One apple. Can I have a glass of water? Glass is countable, but water is not. We use the measurement glass, A. He wants beans and rices? Rice. Rice is non-count. We cannot add S. I need advice. Some advice. Advice is non-count. Here are some more ways to quantify non-count nouns. Bag, bottle, bowl, these are all containers for non-count foods. Okay, now let's choose which type of quantifier to add. For coffee, I can use a cup of coffee if I'm drinking it. I could also say a can, box, or bag of coffee if I'm buying it at the store. Most common, cup of coffee. Milk, I can drink a cup of milk. I can buy a gallon of milk. I can buy a carton or a container of milk or a bottle of milk. Ice cream, I could have a bowl of ice cream, a carton of ice cream, a container of ice cream, a piece maybe of ice cream, or a scoop, one scoop of ice cream. Cereal, I like to eat a bowl of cereal. I can buy a box of cereal, a bag of cereal, a container of cereal. I eat it out of a bowl. Oops, no cereal, bowl of cereal. Yogurt, I can eat a bowl of yogurt, a cup of yogurt. I can buy a container of yogurt or a carton of yogurt. Bread, I can have a slice of bread, a loaf of bread, a piece of bread, loaf, piece, or slice. Next one is gas for the car. I need to buy a gallon of gas. Gallon. I could also fill up a container of glass. Tuna, type of fish, usually comes in a can. Can of tuna. I can eat a bowl of tuna, or I could have a piece of tuna. Coke, Coca-Cola, comes usually in a bottle. I could have a bottle of Coke, can of Coke, or a glass if I pour into a glass of Coke. Next is candy. I can have a piece of candy, or buy a whole bag or box of candy. I could have a container of candy, but for one to count it, I can make a piece of candy. We also learned about containers for food. Let's write the name. These foods are all in boxes. Box of cereal, box of crackers, box of cake mix, box of tea bags, box. Next, these are all in bags. A bag of apples, a bag of sugar, a bag of chocolate chips. These are all cartons. You can say carton or carton. Carton of orange juice, carton of milk, carton of ice cream, and a carton of eggs. These foods are in cans. Cans are made of metal. Can of Coke, can of beans, can of tomatoes. Can. These are all in packages. Package of meat or bacon, package of trail mix, raisins, package of cookies. All kinds are package. And the glass ones are jar. A jar of jelly, a jar of applesauce, a jar of tomato sauce, and a jar of pickles. Jar. These are all drinks. They're in bottles. Bottle. A bottle of water, a bottle of beer, a bottle of Coke, a bottle of wine. This one is a funny word we use for vegetables. Bunch. Bunch can mean a lot or many. Oh, my mistake. Bunch is down here with banana. This is not bunch, this is head. Head, like on your body, head. It looks like your head. Head of cabbage, a head of cauliflower, a head of broccoli, head of garlic. Head. Next, this one is bunch. I was saying a bunch means a lot or many, a group of things that are countable. But, for example, grapes we don't usually count. Kale we don't usually count. Bananas you can. A bunch. Bunch of bananas. A bunch of kale. A bunch of grapes. A group. This is a stalk. Stalk. S-T-A-L-K. Stalk of dill. Stalk of celery. Stalk of kale. Stalk. So here's kale in a bunch. There's many stalks together. Or you can use one stalk of kale. This is basket. Many times berries come in baskets. Basket of blueberries, a basket of strawberries. And very funny, corn has a special one, ear, an ear of corn. Great job. Okay, garlic, one small piece. Remember we have a head of garlic. There's many pieces. If I want to count garlic in one little piece, this is clove, a clove of garlic. Here's fish. Fish can come, and meat can come in a fillet or slice. A fillet of salmon, a fillet of steak. Notice the spelling looks like fillet. The ET is quiet from French language, fillet. Okay, butter and gum come in a stick. Stick of butter, stick of gum. Bread is loaf. You can cut the loaf into slice. Altogether is loaf. These are just container, usually plastic container of yogurt, chocolate chip cookie dough, butter, container. And canister. You can fill the canister with any small thing you want. Sugar, flour, chocolate, coffee, tea. Many uncountable nouns can go into a canister. Cheese. You can get a brick or block of cheese and then slice it. Slice of cheese. These are metal containers called tin. Tin of sardines, tin of Spam, tin of cookies. Tin. Small, made of metal. Next is a wedge. Triangle shape, wedge of lemon, wedge of lime, wedge of cheese. Or you can say cheese wedge, lemon wedge, lime wedge. Finally, this is a jug of orange juice and a jug of syrup. Like a gallon or size of plastic container with handle, good for liquids. Great job. Now, what do you like to eat for breakfast? I like to eat oatmeal, fresh fruit, or eggs with toast for breakfast. I like to drink tea or coffee. What do you like to eat for lunch? I like to eat salads, sandwiches, hamburgers, or leftover for lunch. Leftovers means extra food from dinner the night before. for dinner? I like to cook and eat many different foods for dinner. Some of my favorites are pasta and rice dishes with meat and vegetables. Okay, you can write whatever's true for you. What foods do you think are healthy? Do you think that it's important to eat healthy foods, and why? And then let's read this story, The Best Sound. There's a famous king. The king likes to talk. He and his friends talk about many things. His friend asks, "What's the best sound in the world?" One man answers, "The sound of a flute." "No," says the other man, "the sound of a tambourine is best." "No, the sound of a drum is best," the third man says. The king says nothing. 3 days go by, and he invites his friends for dinner. When the friends enter the room, there isn't any food on the table. The king's musician plays for hours, but there still isn't any food. 5 hours go by, and the friends are now very hungry. Finally, the king calls to his waiters. The waiters bring a big pot of food. The king hits the top of the pot with a spoon and said, "The sound of dishes when you're hungry. This is the best sound." What did the king and his friends talk about? The best sound in the world. What does the king do after 3 days? Invite his friends for dinner. What's the problem when the friends arrive? There's no food on the table. What do the waiters bring to the table? Big pot of food. What's the best sound in the world? Dishes of food when you're hungry. Is the best sound in the world. Great work. Have a great day. Hand in your work and submit. Bye-bye.